beautiful souls. So I tried to go live with this message, which is why I'm still sitting in the same spot where it's pretty noisy, but this is what the divine called me to do. I have quite literally been sitting at this freaking hotel, not in my room because I don't have one here now, and I wasn't here for, I'd say, what time is it now? Solid 18 hours almost, because it's right beside my storage unit. And so I had more than enough money and I had already booked my ride to somewhere I'm not going to say because then I might go there, just a couple of hours away from Vancouver. And so I had my rideshare booked and my place lined up to go. And then I was at the storage unit and my phone smashed, and I mean smashed, is it within reach to me? I will show you guys if I can. No, it might be in my other bag. It's toast. And as it is, just yesterday, I traded that and I gave away my better phone and I got a lesser phone because it has the SD card slot still in it and it was a little bit older. And so it should have been fine. He told me it was perfectly fine. It was still a Samsung, right? It's just an older model. Yeah, I know, dropped the damn thing one time on my freaking storage unit. And I mean, shattered the whole thing. The whole screen's effed, totally effed. And I didn't have a physical credit card, so I was only using my phone to pay. And so I legit have been fucking stranded here for 18 hours. And you know why so long though? Because people are not nice. And it's not just my gang stalking. I swear, because not every single person is in on it, you know what I mean? If they know. People are just dicks. Seriously. I have been and it's not that I'm expecting anybody to do anything for me. That's not where I'm going with this, you guys. So just chill on that one if you guys are thinking that. It's just nuts that. Nobody even thinks to even try to want to be nice. It's not first instinct for any of these people. It's the weirdest thing. Demon or monster. And so while I'm literally going through hell again still, which is funny, deceased people, because I know I'm still divinely where I'm supposed to fucking be, which is the shittiest part about it. The shittiest part about it. I'm really? Birds are so significant. I haven't even shared the full moon reading that I did for you guys because I needed to edit it and I have had no time. I know I'm sitting here having time, but I've had not time for that. Not time for that. Accidents I just saw, body parts, children, demon or monster, accidents again, unable to find a bathroom, beach, and baby or birth. So, deceased people again. I didn't sleep because I sat in this fucking lobby all night. I have not slept at all. Not at all. I'm a mess. I'm so tired, like a big baby, and I just want to go to sleep. And so now I asked myself where I was supposed to go. Oh yeah, that's the best part. So then I didn't have my phone. So then I have my computer clearly, right? So I was like, okay, I can get to my bank and get because I don't know. I just got a new virtual card and I don't remember the number, and I didn't screenshot it because I literally just got it right before I smashed my phone. So I'm like, well, I'll just reset my shit online on the computer. It'll be no big deal. Murder. Only it was a big deal because they won't fucking let me in. And so then I reach out to the support and everything, and I was like, hey, look, I don't have my phone. I can't get it. I fucking have tried to pry my SIM card out for hours upon hours, but where it's smashed, it's kind of wedged that damn thing in there. So I couldn't, because I could put it in my computer here if I could get it out. I couldn't get it out. I told the hotel people this, in the beginning, because I was, expecting to be here for, an hour while they, figured out my stuff, right? Only they didn't have a phone. They didn't offer me to use their phone. When I tried to ask if there was a proper phone, they said they don't have any hooked up anywhere else. What? So that's a lie and rude. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, cool. I'll just hang out in the lobby forever then. It's all good. No worries. And I was just trying to figure so many things out, and it just was a brick wall as per usual lately, right? And here I am now, unable to get in there. The bank guys literally told me, well, until you have any cell phone, because I was like, can you send a fucking code to a landline? I was like, to the hotel phone or something. And the guy kept asking me stupid questions like, does the hotel phone receive messages? I said, it's a landline. I said, so it would have to be an audible tone. I said that like very clearly. And he kept asking me the same thing. I'm being unprepared. And I was like, okay, this guy's just fucking with me or something here. I'm like, I never even know if people are that dumb or if they're just in on the gang stalking. Like, it's just kind of hard to tell between the two sometimes. And it was just nuts, though. It was just absolutely nuts. No phone, no nothing. Just sitting here, just like waiting for the divine to fucking explain them damn selves. Because I'm like, well, this is fun. The bank guy's just totally like, nope, get any cell phone then. Anyone. And I'm like, okay, well, considering I'm stuck here and I can't even call the people that just sold me this shit phone that dropped one time and smashed, I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. I was like, I'll just keep asking the divine to transport. I guess figure it the fuck out. Or something, right? And then, so now, in the interim, I tried to book, and I did book 2 other ride shares, but then they weren't able to like pick me up, and when I wasn't able to get there or whatever, right? And neither of those ones worked. And so now I'm like, okay, well, clearly I'm being blocked, and the divine doesn't want me to go there either. I know what they want me to do. Which is, I guess, why they're fucking oppressing me so damn hard to just make me crack and have to do it, I guess. But I don't want to. This is that being forced into surrender thing, which I try to recommend that you guys don't do. I guess I've just realized that I've just been doing that. Anyways. I was just literally on my way out now, and I'm going to a different place, like just like a temporary safe place, because of course it's not going to be a safe fucking place. It's a trap. It's always a trap. But I'm pretty much in like no choice, but the divine's, obviously going to be leading me into something that I need to know, because like I just constantly keep stumbling upon like very important pieces of information about people that I don't even fucking really want to know, but it just keeps happening. The divine's just like, here, pop up this, and while I'm just like, this has to be me making big mistakes. How did I end up here? You know what I mean? Because like that's the logical way to think about things, and I'm trying to take responsibility for my decisions. Everything that I do is so fucking psychically divinely led that it's hard to argue about it being still where I'm supposed to fucking be. Birds 1,000 times over and over and over again. And so this message is coming through for you guys after I've done all this ranting, which is still part of the message. And I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like, it's powerful. It's dark a little bit, I guess, or it's like a warning maybe for some. For some, it's actually, they say it's going to get real positive. So, because it's such a wide collective here, take what resonates. Don't force anything that doesn't feel like it's not meant for you, then it probably is not. Is my phone ringing? Cool. So I can't even shut the damn thing off, I don't think. That is my phone ringing, though. That's hilarious. Ooh, and they're showing me 2 different things that I need to show you guys the pictures of on those cards after I figure out how to shut this damn thing off. So you guys get to see now. I can't even see it to press the power off button, and I don't think it would work to shut the power off button. That's why I couldn't do it earlier, because I couldn't even see the fucking power off. Yeah, I can't do it. It's hard to see even how like the light looks in there, but like it's not pitch black. It's like dark purple, fuchsia, crackly, weird looking colors in there. It's not. It's dead. She's dead, but it's not dead yet, so it's making noise, I guess. Anyway, so this is a card of, I think, naked and vulnerable. Yeah. It's a strong indication of like that the feeling of vulnerability is like coming to your conscious mind in your waking life, not just like in your dreams, right? So it's like feeling anxious that others are going to be seeing through your mask or your disguise, and maybe trying hard to impress, but afraid that you're going to cause some sort of disappointment. There's the damn phone again. So I can shut the thing off. But so it says maybe. This is highlighting some tension. On one hand, you want to be completely honest and open with the people or in someone in particular. On the other, you're afraid that if you do reveal your true feelings or personality, you'll be ridiculed or exposed as a fraud. The reaction of others to your vulnerability, as well as your own reaction, will help to clarify any feelings that are coming up in any dreams at this time or anything into your conscious mind. So don't feel embarrassed, because perhaps you're being encouraged to be proud of who you are or the way that you think or act. So they just say, be who you are, you know, for one. But there's something here about something being uncovered, because yeah, finding something valuable, and it shows somebody like, see, opening up a chest. I feel like it is something physical though, so you're about to get something, some of you. But not all of you, right? But for some of you, this is about like an inner treasure, like something within you. And so discovering something valuable. You might be on course to learn something important about yourself or about a situation or relationship. Finding something beautiful can have the same meaning, even if its value isn't initially apparent. Consider the object's symbolic associations. You know, if it was jewelry, that could indicate that you're looking for a way to present yourself more confidently, attractively, etc. If it's something historic, it could mean that you're learning something from the past. You know what I mean? Like, take it how it resonates. It says if you found something that's mysterious, for example, an instrument possibly whose purpose you don't even know, you might need some like radical change that will make your life clearer. And so sometimes it says that finding something valuable could suggest that you might need to reach out to others and ask for help. And if you give a found object away to someone else, it could be that maybe you aren't valuing your own talents enough. Okay, so that's not coming from me, that's the card, and it's not the divine. The divine kind of and me both went right at the end line there, so take that however it resonates. But because I'm looking at a text messages, cell phones, look, cell phones. And it represents your abilities to communicate. So if you're having problems with your phone, maybe you're, for some reason, feel you're unable to get your message across in your waking life. Alternatively, there might be somebody else in your life who isn't being clear. Be sure to bear in mind the possibility that this person is you. Perhaps you need to be more honest and direct. So it's saying that there needs to be fast communication, and that you might have a dream about urging you forward without delay on a project or resolution of some kind. And this could also indicate a need or desire to be more direct, or conversely an anxiety that plain speaking runs the risk of revealing some of your uncomfortable truths. So that's full circles already back to the very first line of the first card, right? About being vulnerable to somebody and feeling like, should I? How will they react? How will I react? So it's big on like just opening it up and like being yourself though, because like that's the only way you're ever gonna know is like opening that Pandora's box, right? Ooh, boom. Look at that. You guys hear what I've been channeling lately, right? Look at this fucking card. That's a nuclear mom looking card to me. Apocalypse, bitch. I didn't even know there was an apocalypse card in here. It says, if you dream or think about the world ending, it's typically an exciting and positive sign, actually, because brave new beginnings will always follow. It could suggest that a dramatic physical and or emotional changes are taking place deep within your life, or that they're urgently needed for you to fulfill and reach your potential. So courage will be called upon to live through these changes, but it'll be well worth the effort. And the outcome could be very thrilling, more than you think. You'll feel more fulfilled and more alive as a result, but to get to that awakened state, you must currently experience it, and it must be dismantled in some way, right? That's what I was telling you guys. Like, you're watching me go through such a shit show thing, but like, fucking rocky foundations need to be broken the fuck down. You know what I mean? You gotta build on something stable. You gotta rebuild. So you might feel more fulfilled, it says, and even if the dream appears fearful, or the thoughts are fearful, right? It'll not usually be pointing to something that you must avoid, only to the importance of letting go of the familiar and being strong enough to strike out a new direction. And there's insects here too, and reptiles. There's a lot of like dark energy around, like just collectively, and like that's what I mean, like with what everybody needs. Like, you guys, no wonder the apocalypse card came out. See, I'm about to cry. The divine does that when they're really strongly coming through to me, like with so many energies that it's like overwhelming for me, and with the love. But it's very much confirmation that I'm on the right line of thought, which is to tell you guys, like, this is like really happening all over the world, right? Everybody, like, the awakened ones you see, right? The rest are still part of, I know what everybody's calling the Matrix. I'm fucking thinking it's more like the fucking Twilight Zone. Doesn't seem so Matrixy as it seems Stepford way. But this is why, like, I have goosebumps all over my whole body. I mean, like, they are still coming at me energetically. Like, and I'm not kidding you guys. They've been coming so hard, trying so hard. Like, I swear they were all thought I was gonna be dead for sure. Actor and celebrity is here. obviously against self-importance, but at the same time taking center stage in your life. Yeah, I'm gonna go off what I was saying because I forgot it. If they want to bring it back, they can. I'm guessing that's both them and the mix of my being tired. I don't know, but they say just to keep rolling, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna shuffle more of those cards after. Ooh, if they want me to look at this one, shopping and castle or ancient buildings. I'm not gonna read them though. If they want me to take shopping out. Okay. Stores in a dream or something like that, right, could indicate what you want or think you need in life to be happy. So shopping represents choices, possibilities, an offer or a decision that you need to make, and the attitudes or responses available to you. So browsing could be a prompt for you to review your opportunities. The particular items that, like, you know, maybe would be on sale or seem like deep, like not worth anything, could narrow down, like, you know, what the dream or thoughts are trying to like indicate to you, right? It says like something about like if it has anything to do with clothes, you could be seeking protection, but also an identity. So, and if it's something that you're consuming, it might be a need for like more basic emotional attention. And if you can't find something that you might be looking for, it's a sign of some general frustration overall with life, or of a particular need or desire that is not being satisfied. And if you're stealing, a part of you may feel the only way to get what you want is to break the rules or hide some sort of truth. And so it's trying to bring that to your awareness right now, because you're being called to like be honest with yourself or with a person or with people in general. Like, take it how it resonates, right? Ooh, okay, yeah. Mad crown chakra opening. I was just gonna say we're gonna shuffle the crown chakra parts of this psychic tarot of the card before we go on, just to see like maybe what's activating within you, what chakra sectors are currently elevating, evolving, expanding. Do chakra clearing right now for sure. If this is yours in any way, resonating with any of this, yeah, root chakra, that's good. And that is that sense of security, right? Stability. It's like overcoming the fear. You have to do that, right? To step into who you are. And that's also what unlocks your abundance, because your money, your wealth, your creative energy, all of that stuff to create stability and security, right, is tied to your root chakra energy. And so depending on where it lies on this balance scale, if it's overactive, underactive, you know, whatever it is with you. And there are ways to tell. You guys can check my website. There is a free basic chakra PDF. That's a free download on lovelightlunacy.com, as well as just some basic information about each one for you guys to get you started if you're not familiar. But it's your base. It's at the base of your spine. Red. Lots of earthy colors. Spend a lot of time in nature right now, really, and alone. It's part of, like, if you connect with the earth, it's really, really great for the root chakra in so many ways. And do grounding, like, meditations, you know, really connect deep with the earth. Get your bare feet out there. It's warming up where we are in the world. But yeah, I'm looking at heart chakra. I feel strongly that that's also what's going on with you, because that's like the vulnerability, right? It's like your sacral, your root, and your heart probably are all over. Like, honestly, I'd say it's lower 4, but yeah. Solar plexus, because I was just like the solar plexus. But yeah, no, we've seen crown already, and it came back out with throat and heart. So you're going through a full chakra expansion is exactly what they're saying to me, which is, I guess, why, yeah, so you must resonate or be resonating with just kind of, and I don't want to say just, but like regardless of whether you went through big spiritual awakening spurts in the past, I'm just going to say you're going through a big one right now, like a major one. For a lot of you, it may be your first conscious, like, holy shit, I'm actually going through this spiritual awakening, or whatever you want to label it as, right? And that's true. That is happening. And so for those of you that are like, no, I've been there, done that, well then, you're leveling up, okay? New level, new devil. So do some more cleansing, re-educate on your self on some stuff that might be coming to your contention, right? And then just be your beautiful, loving, powerful self. You'll be all right. Okay, so I'm gonna grab these new ones that I just got the other day. What were they called? I think just messages from your angels during virtues cards, I believe. Yeah. And so there's some like different like deities in here that I'm not even really super familiar with, and so of course that we all will be or whatever. But so just even if you don't know the message from whatever angel or deity that it might be coming through, just take the message how it feels for you, regardless of whether or not you know the
entity behind it, because it could be one of your ancestors that's thrown this card, you know, like that's how it works. So just work until you're real. Just, yeah. I don't know why that was important for somebody. So maybe there's going to be a name on here, yeah, for somebody that's really specific. There will be a name on here that, like, you know, like maybe it's an ex, or like an ex-best friend, or like somebody, you know what I mean? Like something that just like, oh, like you don't want to hear a message from somebody with that name possibly, but the message is still going to very much be what they say. So if that resonates, this is your warning. Love you so much. Patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student. See, some of you are just starting out. Because in the future, you're going to synthesize your knowledge to action as a leader, right? Patience. And this is the one I saw before I started to shuffle, so we're going to read it. Because it says you have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by the angels. So if you lost a pet or connect really strongly with pets, you know, that's part of what you're meant to not, like, I don't want to say, it's not necessarily tied to your purpose. Maybe for some of you it is, but I don't know what's coming through. We'll see what else comes through. So what else do we have? There's lots, but they really want to speak. Yeah, see? We got a couple more want to come out, but yeah. Alright, we're going to start with these and see where we're at. That's quite a few. Okay, so we got Grace and Antoinette. So to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Indriel, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Of course, you are a powerful light worker. And so yeah, that's why I honestly feel like this is you just like realizing that. Like, you know, whatever, you know, we want to label that, but like, maybe just like, for the some that are already been on the spiritual path, right, maybe now you're just like fully taking charge and like, know who you are, and you're pushing forward in your whole spiritual self. But for a lot of you guys are noobs, but your ego is like, no, I'm not a fucking noob. I just heard that from a lot of you. But like a little bit you are to the angel path anyways, I guess, maybe. So maybe you've dabbled in some magic and stuff, which is beautiful, because if you've got some basic occult knowledge, then the angels are really going to be able to educate you powerfully and quickly. It's a really, really grateful thing you should be very grateful for. Legit. So Sonia says, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. Somebody might have lost somebody recently. I'm happy and at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. And for those of you that don't, like, you know, especially if you are new to the spiritual path, you might not understand what those of us all collectively feel is this the truth of like afterlife type of stuff, right? And that the soul itself is infinite, of course, but when it passes over, it carries with it memories from this lifetime, but not memories in the sense that we feel them now, because they lose all of the density of this lower dimension, this heavy, dense dimension, right? They go back into their highest dimensional light body, which is essentially nothing but just pure light. And so the memories are there, but like they see all the blessings. They're grateful for the soul's growth, because that's the whole purpose of us being on earth, right? Is our soul's growth, evolution, and expansion. But they don't have any of the pain. That's really true. They remember it. It's not that it's gone from their conscious awareness, I guess, in a sense, right? But it's just, it's not weighing on them emotionally like they did in the human life. So like when people say and they cross over, they're at peace, like that's not a fucking lie. And it's like, you can hold on to your grief if you need to, because you want to argue with that fact. I don't know why people do that, but they do. Or you could make it simple, stupid, right? Is that like my sort thing? And I don't mean to be rude like by saying that. It's just kind of like a thing that I say, because it's that simple. You know what I mean? Like you could, or you could not. It's a choice, right? You always have a choice, even in your grief. And I'm not saying to anybody that like stop grieving. That's the stupidest thing anybody could ever say to anybody. Grieve, you know, in your own way and in your own time. But it's like once you get, and that's what this whole learning thing is about, like in essence, in a grand scale. I'm not just talking about this in particular. once you know something and it feels true, and that's, you know, and you've learned that thing, it's then your own choice if you fall back into your own ways of thinking, right? If you're like, nah, and you refuse to acknowledge something that you actually already did consciously take on as a truth. It's the fear, right? It's that comfort zone. It actually takes some momentum to kind of keep pushing forward, and you're being really, really called to learn the things that you need to feel comfortable in doing that. Because once you have all of that knowledge, right, then it's a whole new world kind of thing. So this one says, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and angels. So we got pets, deceased loved ones, and children here. So yeah, if anybody's just like, we saw deceased people, yeah, there was a lot of death energy that came out in this reading already. You know, like the divine really wants you to know that whether it's a baby, a rainbow baby, a live child, parent, because I'm crying, so for a lot of you, you really are grieving right now. I'm feeling a lot of actual physical grief. And so just know that, like, let it out if you do. Like, I'm transmutating it all for you guys as much as I possibly can from a distance, right? You got to be aware and put your own intention behind wanting to heal and stuff, of course, but look at, you are protected from all types of harms. The worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. Yeah, the angels want you to know that they're all with you through this too, and your angels. That's why they really wanted me to specify that in the title of the video. See, look, and now here's Akasha. So you've got the student card, right? And now here you are. I told you, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts in the divine life mission. See, and that's how it goes. The student will become the master, and I believe that, like, majority of you in this collective are previous, I wouldn't say like ascended master souls, all of you, but a lot of you are, and a lot of you are ascended master students right now in this lifetime. That's what you're about to find out, or finding out right now. They will show you, they will teach you, you will know it, it will be irrefutable to you if that's true. So you'll know it. If it's not your truth, then that's not your part of the reading. But for those of you that it feels right, it is. It is. It's one of the first things they told me as I programmed. And you know what it did? It fueled my ego maybe for like a little tiny bit, I'm not gonna lie about that. But I think it's what really unlocked these keys and codes of like divine purpose. Like, I am so devoted. I mean, I always kind of was, but like, sometimes it's like almost seems to detriment to the logical people. But that's because I know that I commune with God, with the divine, with them, with the masters, with the angels, and I fucking know that this place needs at least a little fucking trying hand here. And in reality, my whole purpose is just to be happy. And that's what the funniest part about this whole experience for me is that, like, I haven't even tried to, like, do anything to anybody. I'm really not. I'm just trying to fucking be at peace all the time. All the time. I don't do anything wrong. I'm just trying to fucking do my purpose as best as I am allowed by a fucking whole entire country full of gang stalking, abusive, attempted murdering zombie fucks. Sounds really dark and depressing and depressing. Only it's true. Everyone. And I know that I've lived with so many beautiful people that I know and talk to and stuff in other places in the world, but like legit, you guys, my path was every single person. Everybody. And the divine keeps fucking shoving it down my throat on repeat. It's like I keep feeling like maybe, just maybe, I was wrong about certain visions, and like we're gonna be able to save this place and everything's just gonna be the way that it was before. And the divine's like, come on, little girl, that's the fucking biggest delusional part of this whole entire thing, is that you think anything will ever not be completely different. Because like this is huge, right? Like this is about to be like the hugest thing ever. Like international, he makes history, like actually. And here I am at the fucking apparently front center stage of it, like without being aware initially, right? Which is why it's funny. I'm always like, joke's on all of us. Hey, half of these people are going to prison, and like thousands of people are guilty of huge crimes to which they did not get immunity for. It's insane. But it's so cool because like now it's so far gone. It's been happening to me for 12 months straight. I've been tracking it for 6 months. I purposely walk right into it all the time now just so that I get more and more evidence, because the divine just keeps me alive anyways. And the thing about my body evolving to metabolize like the drugs and stuff quicker and quicker and quicker is so fascinating in itself. It really is. I always knew I was like that. That's why I could handle a lot. The freezing stuff never worked, you know, whatever. But like this is next level, and I know it. I get so hungry when I get gassed a lot because my body's just metabolizing. So then I'm like, I'm hungry. It's kind of cool, but it's just a weird thing that they just they're still doing it. They have not yet stopped doing it. They're still attacking me here at this hotel, the Delta fucking Burnaby Marriott Hotel right beside my fucking storage unit, Prime Storage, which is also guilty of gassing me. At least one staff member, like I know 100%. I don't know if I have like enough to be what's called proof, of which I have barely. Like I have it, but like everybody is obviously trying to be real stealth. So it's not like they're obviously like right in my face, but like I have so many hours of footage of all you can hear is pss, 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 different people's faces, squirting me with shit, gassing me, spraying me. Like so many people don't realize that that's like, for most of them, attempted murder charge. Because whether or not they were lied to and manipulated, the judges are going to ask them, what did they think they were doing while they were gassing me with that, or doping me, or dosing me? What did they think they were doing then? What was their intentions behind their participation in it? Did they have a fucking gun to their head, or did they have a choice? Right? That's why everybody doesn't think things fucking through. So many people are going to go to prison. It's weird. And yet it's still literally happening to me this morning, here. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know to just be like afraid for all of them because they're so fucking dumb that nobody's thought like that this is not gonna go down like that. Like, I don't know what they thought. Because they're doing it right now. I know that they're not gonna be able to erase every fucking camera footage and every fucking block everywhere forever. Good luck. Like, good luck, bras. You know what I mean? Like, they can't. They can't. And I'm hoping that they're trying to erase a bunch of shit because that in itself is evidence of so much more shit. That's like literally what the Divine told me before I even fucking knew the feds ever in on this, that I just had to walk around and do my normal thing, which is like, be actually innocent, just do nice shit, and then all these like fucking always walk head first into freaking shit like this all the time. It's just a shit funny show life that's kind of taken this weird twist, right? But it's fascinating and it's funny as shit. And we're gonna make really, really great change with this. We are. It's already happening. Because thankfully, they're watching you, watching me, and so, beautiful souls. Oh yeah, and I got that old fucker right over there. He was the only one that was close enough to me. He's trying to really, really harsh get in that cab really fast. See him? Yep, he just gassed me. I'm not even kidding. You should have seen him fucking pulling on that handle in that locked door just now. Let me in this cab, let me in this cab, let me in this cab. Shit like that. Everywhere I fucking go. Not even kidding. Because I know it for a fucking fact. Maybe I'm wrong about the actual, like, what it is that they're dosing, because I know it's two different things. I'm pretty sure it's like two primary different things. But the purpose of the one is so that they're fucking whatever mobile fucking things, MRI things, or whatever it is that creates the magnetic fields, one on each side of me when they do it, whatever that they do, they have to have that like gadolinium or like something to that effect to make my body paramagnetic. It has to, you know, otherwise it wouldn't be able to do this, which is why I know for a fact that the Kamloops doctor, I won't say his name on this video, but we have it because of the date that I went in that he juked me, which was not an antihistamine, because now it only affects my left arm when they really get it amped up, which means there must still be like either the gadolinium or whatever it is, the deposit in my left arm that's making my left arm more paramagnetic than the rest of my body, which is why they have to gas me all the time. If it's not active in the blood or the body, it can't be effective with the magnetic fields and everything, right? Yeah. So, like, yay for sciencing, but, like, actually, you guys forgot about the fucking Divine, bitch. Right? That's where I'm at. Sorry, guys, your reading took a little bit of a turn there because I started to be attempted murdered on the video. So the Divine took this as an opportunity to try to prove these people. And how does it feel? Because
I'd like to try to tell you guys. So my whole body is a little bit tingly because they're hitting me pretty hard with it, like the machine thing, I mean. But it's just like, yeah, it's like a lot of muscle contraction, right? Because like essentially it's radiation, but it's like magnetic field pressure, because like I said, sometimes I can measure it like pretty high compared to normal, like I don't know, I do not know the proper terms. I'm still just learning as I go, but a typical like energy is like, I don't know, depending on if there's electronics involved, it's like about 1/4 of what they hit me with on average, and a lot more since they got a bigger one, or like 2 bigger ones. I'm not really sure, but for sure 1 bigger one, I know, because it's been a lot different lately. But then I was looking, you know, I have footage of when this began in Kamloops, because then they started to do all this weird construction right down my street, and I remember thinking at that time I was being paranoid, but this is the exact same time that the doctor juked me with that freaking shot that I know was not an antihistamine, right? That made me so sick and stuff, and then all this started happening. And then it was in the probably 3 to 5 weeks following when I got that needle that I called the ambulance 5 times thinking I was having a heart attack. And all of which times, right away, they did right onto the freaking heart thing machine. Oh, your heart's fine. Everything's fine. And then they just like would send me home. And I mean, like, I was sitting there, you guys, and my left arm was like so tight, and I couldn't like pull it away from my body. So I was like, well, you explain to me what's going on with my nerves then. I said, something's happening. I said, that's not normal. And they just kept being like, no, you're fine. Gaslighting me, getting me upset, sending me home, kicking me out of emergency, not doing their job, not doing their due diligence. I had fucking internal infections from head to freaking toe. I'm like, what do you mean I'm fine? I'm not fine. So I didn't know, of course, back then, because I thought I was actually just genuinely sick, right? I hadn't been on this whole path already for now. This has been 12 months of this, you guys, straight. Which is why, yeah, they've managed to steal that much of my life from me. More, if you count, you know, the effects of all the medical problems. But don't worry, thankfully, I'm actually a powerful healer. That's not a lie. So I am slowly regenerating, and the Divine's obviously helping me in a big, big way, which I am beyond grateful for, even though I'm like, if they let me die, I wouldn't have to deal with this anymore. But then they say there wouldn't be anybody else to do what has to be done after this is done. So I guess that's me and whoever else is awakened at that time. Because like this world is quite literally, we got the apocalypse card for a reason. It's not a fucking joke card, right? This can't be. When this goes, and it's going like right now, like in 2025, international human rights shit. This is gonna be so nuts. What's gonna have to be squashed globally. Like, people can't be allowed to have Bluetooth right now because they don't know how to fucking be responsible humans and not try to kill and hurt other people. Every single one of our fucking human rights is being breached upon between the mind control and everything else that all these other different little other groups and elites and stuff everybody's doing. Everyone's pulling their own shit too, you know? The Divine is quite literally like, okay, we've reached that time where, you know, that biblical prophesized time where the humans had letting themselves become essentially mindless zombies, slave to materialism, greed, perversion. Look the fuck around, people. This is exactly what we are living, and it's not like to be a dark, because don't worry, that means that we're almost done with this. It's going to get pretty chaotic for a while everything crashes and burns, just like it does in any other regenerative thing, like fires, you know, things in nature all the time. Like we just talked about, you can't build on a rocky foundation. You got to break that shit down. Some demolishment, you know, whatever happens naturally. In our case, it's going to be the sun plus the war plus a little probably in BC anyways, volcanic eruption, which was my new prophecy that I just started to actually have big channelings of. So that's fun. In this lifetime anyways, but the war stuff and the solar flares, that's this year. That's soon. Very soon. Did you see? I think that was the most excited I've gotten on this whole video. And I always get like that when I feel that coming. I don't know why.
I never did know why. It was weird when it first started happening, and it's kind of weird now, but at the same time, nothing short of a fucking divine catastrophic miracle would fix this as fast as I would like it done. And so that's good. Because that's why I'm like, what, do we have to kill all of them? And they're like, some of them have to die out, yeah. They're like, some of them are just, they're quite literally like, I can't find the divine's nicer word for this. I know they're trying to send me nicer words for this, but I just, mindless, like, meat sack, you know? Like, there's no soul. There's no soul in a lot of these people. There's none. It's gone. It had to leave because the demon took completely over them. Not kidding. So that's like people that are actually like full on what we term narcissistic personality disorder, empathy deficit disorder / bipolar tendencies, whatever. Like those people that are actually just like where they go somewhere and they black out and they do these fucking shit, these things. I'm not taking blame off of any one of those dark humans because they're dark. But like, demonic energies, dark energies, that's all real. We're seeing it play out now. That's why there's so many people in these dark cults willing to just attempted murder me. They don't understand what they're doing. They are demons inside. It's we need to save everybody. It's crazy, but you know, like I'm like, who's gonna do all that work? It's a lot. Well, the sun is. The sun's gonna destroy some critical infrastructure. You know, major internet lines, underwater sea cables, blown transformers, and we connect our grid to the States. We're now kind of warring with them. Trust me when I say, because the divine actually asked me the other day, I hope everybody's ready for the boom, boom, pow. And you guys see that card in the beginning? That gets me so excited too. That's why they won't let me leave too far from my people. I know it, because I'm being called to leave. Like, leave. And I am leaving, like now. But I've been trying to do that for like a little while now. Which is why I know it's the divine quite literally who's actually stranding me. Because otherwise I'd be gone. They said that. And I've literally been getting like messages from the divine now, like, stop trying to run away. And I'm like, you guys told me to protect my damn self. I said, so what else do you want me to do? They're like, just stay here and wait. I'm like, wait. I'm like, that's the stupidest plan, God. What am I waiting for? They're like, just wait. We told you to just wait. And I was like, fine. But then when the attacks get a little much, I try to go and free myself. And quite literally, the divine fucks me because otherwise I'd run away. You think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. I'm seen because I know I can't be unseen right now. I'm not allowed anyways. So like, fuck you guys. I'll just let you guys all follow me around. You don't think I would fucking ditch all of this stuff? Fucking, you still owe me 5,000, bro? I would. I already have my plans. To Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Just kidding. I only probably have like 3. But anywho, they say nah. And I mean, like, I never was the one that just wanted to run away. Ever. But neither did I want to just have to fight for my own peace and freedom. Like this, it's ridiculous, you know? But the divine says it's almost over anyways. And that's what I think somebody needs to hear. Like, what you're going through, trust when I say it, it's going to change at a freaking accelerated rate compared to anybody you've ever seen before. If you've seen my awakening, well, then you can gauge, you know? It'll probably be similar, I'm guessing, if you're here, because they say that, so it'll be very, you know, with Fast Track's awakenings, they're not for the faint of heart, you know, but I feel like you guys are not the faint of heart. You never were. Like, you're the carers, you're the lovers, you are softies, whether your heart is shit on the outside right now or have been or whatever, you're the lovers, you know? But you're my take no more shit lovers. You're the light soldier lovers, you know? Like, you guys are really the student, the teacher, the new earth leaders. That's real. And this is just going down now. And you're choosing, some of you that are, no, not all of you, so please don't take offense, choosing to stay in the zombie realm, the Matrix, whatever people want to call that, the fucking Stepford Wives Twilight Zone fucking shit show, puke fucking disaster production that we've made here, is doing nobody any favors in the divine. That's what your awakening is. To just show you that, you know, it feels like punishment. Even me last night while I was crying,
couldn't stop it though. I'm a little bit emotional, extra emotional right now. And I get like that when I'm tired. Anybody who knows me knows, like even in my party days, I couldn't like stay up all nighters and stuff. I'd be like, I'm cranky, I'm tired, I need to sleep. I'm like, I need rest because, and I mean, no, but like, I'm a powerful psychic, right? Like, I need to make sure my body rests. It's true. It's still just a human body. But, so I do get a little extra emotional a little bit easier. Well, I'm also under so much attack, you guys. At places I also had, and like, not like those cult witches did much, but they probably helped the Divine break my phone. But the Divine was smashing my other phone 20 times a day. That's why I was like, okay, I'm at least gonna get rid of this one. I made $150, which I needed, selling that one, getting the cheaper phone, and then they smashed that one too the very next day, like literally one day after I got it. Because as much as I'm not allowed to go away, I do feel like they're about to like hide in plain sight though. I don't know what they mean by that. I've been trying to figure it out for months because I felt like I've been getting so much guidance I was trying to miss, but they were just like piecing stuff. They do that sometimes. But yeah, they're gonna hide me, I'm pretty sure, a little bit better for a bit because we're still waiting. I didn't want to say this before, but I'm gonna find the video now because they say, nah, fucking let that shit roll. You're about to be proven right about so many things. So that's fun. I don't really care if anybody will, but okay. I made a video right before I left Kamloops because at that time I was feeling pretty much about how I am now, only I get it. I should have just followed the stupid guidance, which was my heart guidance, which is to fucking stay close to my twin and my sons. But I was just being hurt so much. It was so hard. Oh, you guys are making me do this, you fucking assholes. This is a real vulnerable moment I'm having here with you guys right now. The whole time, I just wanted to stay there, you know? Which is why I think it was really so, like, resonating for me a lot when I shared that Joan of Arc video for those of you that saw it from when I recorded in 2021. Because it says that it recalls that she had testified after, like, you know, going to war as a fucking man under Archangel Michael's guidance and changing history, that she would have preferred to just stay in her hometown spinning wool. And that like hits me so hard, you know, like it's not like I was fucking super boring or wanted to just more life, not at all, you know, like, I mean, never. But I did, like I loved, I said loving my mother because like I feel like it's fucking so over for me right now, but like at the same time maybe not. You know, and like a happy wife. I guess I probably did like idealize like, you know, Disney style love because I never saw it growing up, you know, and so it's like I always probably did put love on that pedestal that I think it actually belongs on, to be honest. The more that I learn, the more that I actually do think that, just in a different way. But this has been like so tough because my heart guidance has wanted me close to the people that I love this whole time, right? And my awakening has been showing me that absolutely everybody in my life, family included, would sell me out at the drop of a fucking hat. And that hurts, you know? And so, like, a lot of you, if you're in the beginning of your awakening, I guess that's why they wanted me to get real vulnerable with you guys on camera, because you might be feeling like this part of me right now that I rarely do feel anymore, but when I get into it, you know, that's why you don't feel things that after you've learned the lessons, because you're just allowing yourself to be depressed. But you guys are just going through a lot of this, and you seeing people that you have loved, like your parents or your siblings, people that you have, you know, ride or died for 30 years or whatever, just turn around and just fuck you. And then you see that like they've actually been doing that for a long time, but your love for them really did blind you, and you're thinking, I wasn't naive, I wasn't stupid, like I saw things, you know, like you go through this little bit of denial. I know at least I did, and those that I've spoken to all go through it to some degree, because you're so confused. There's that like such transition moment when you go from like seeing people for the mask, and then like mask falls off, and the divine doesn't let them put it back on with you guys. They won't. Look at my life. They're quite literally showing me like everybody, every single person would just sell me out so quick without even knowing fact. Like nothing, you know? Like people that actually did know all the facts and knew who I was even. Bang, so easy. Because I wasn't supposed to be there, you know? I'm supposed to love them still. But like, and it's painful. it hurts. So, like, maybe that's what the grief is for a lot of you. Maybe that's why it's saying, like, pets, children, family. Maybe nobody actually physically died for a lot of you. But it feels that way. It sure fucking feels that way, right? Ooh, yeah, some of you are going through it heavy. I could barely even breathe when I chatted to you guys. So that's exactly what I was saying about, like, hey, welcome to the collective, noobs, because I could tell that some of you, like, and I don't, you know what I mean, but, like, you're going through a deep, 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 heavy part of your awakening right now, like, a shedding of such fucking heavy masks, society, family, children, wives, everybody, because it's time, and because, like, the Divine says if you're resonating with that, it's because you've been in denial for a long time. You might have seen other people in your life go through somewhat of a spiritual awakening, you know, or like whatever, like the soul finding, whatever you want to label that shit as. And it looks fucking painful. And you didn't want any part of that. And understandably so. My own twin flame, Divine Masculine, said a very similar sentiment to me right before I called him a sellout, I'm pretty sure. And he said, like, what Divine's done to you is fucking hell. Your life is fucking miserable. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said, and I wouldn't change it for anything, though. I said, like, legit, as fucking tough and oppressive as this shit is, I've never, ever felt more secure in myself, more free, more fucking aware. I'm not fucking crazy or delusional. And we all know that. Well, not that all, but, you know, the majority of people that matter, that we know that. Anybody who speaks to me knows that. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing, like, people are doing crazy things, and they don't have any fact. And majority are, like, some sort of, like, financial or power motivated, right? And that's what I mean by, like, us actually being in these apocalyptic times. Greed, murder, envy, perversion. It is life. And it's expected to be, like, the way that things go. And, like, the good people, like, legit, without even knowing it, become fucking weird, sick targets just because we have, I guess, like, the ability, and they fear that we're going to somehow destroy everything. But yet here I am, a year worth of this constant torture. I've not once taken a strike back. I think the Divine's probably making me. That's why, like, look how hard they're hitting me, and the Divine's letting them. And I think it's because I haven't fucking actually destroyed, like, judges' lives and things that I have evidence to do. Really, because I've not ever been that person, and I'm like, I don't fucking even want to strike back one time. I never did. And that's why I was hoping that if I went long enough, they would understand. I just want my child back from the abuser, and I want to be left the fuck alone. You know? It's crazy how far they'll go to lengths to try to keep that from happening, and I haven't even tried to do anything to any of them back. I've reported some of the RCMP for some of the crazy shit because they quite literally were leaving my children to be abused on purpose. Like, I didn't know what else I was supposed to do as a mother who's having her children ripped from her to only be abused. It was like, you know, like, well, fuck you guys. Like, at least I have to try something. I quickly realized there is no accountability current in our current law in Canada, right? Which is why I started all these different projects that I try to work on in my spare time before they started hitting me with this fucking shit. Which, of course, has very much slowed me down on all of the things that I'm trying to make for the world. Not stopped. But anyways, so some of you are really coming into your power, okay? So it's going to be rough. Love yourself through it. Do not go to lean, and that's going to be a really hard thing for those of you that are very codependent on friends, on family, on lovers, on whatever. If you're used to reaching for people when you're hurting, you're going to have to stop that right now, because the Divine's going to keep showing you that these people are going to not be there. It's going to be the worst fucking time of your life, and you're going to not understand how this person that you've been there for maybe 100 times, you know, like, that you know loves you and backs you, and you've known it for maybe a long time, just literally is going to just nope, with no explanation to you. Like, legit, it's gonna feel like the Twilight Zone. Actually, you're gonna be so baffled, so confused, and probably, again, hurt. Which is why I'm saying you're gonna have to kind of just put your thick skin on about that, because it's gonna keep happening with everybody. And the sooner that you just realize that, lean on God, and even if you don't resonate with God, then lean on yourself. You know, your higher self, whatever you do resonate with, because the Divine's quite literally using all of this shit to show you that you need to build a connection with you and the Divine.
And that, yes, humans are great, and we're supposed to love and nurture and foster each other and pretty much nothing else. That's why you'll be called to a life of devotion and service like me. You know, like, you will literally breathe love and compassion and care for others, no matter how hard they try to show you that not a single one of them would do the fucking same for you. Which is what it helps your awakening excel at such an accelerated rate. Your purity is your power. All of the frickin' everything in any old text, that's what they actually say about the path and the rules of enlightenment. That's something that these fucking guys clearly ignored, missed, and then it's evident in the fact that they ruined the whole world. Which, if the egos could just admit that, then they could just try new things instead of just beating the dead horse, because the ego doesn't want to admit that they fucked up majorly. Leadership fail. Oh my god. Seriously. And so let's just continue to oppress and hurt and murder and kill and threaten and just do all these crazy things as opposed to just trying to fucking maybe fix some shit. We always have a choice. Remember, that's where this is going full circle. Everybody's got a choice. I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what the fuck you were doing before, if you're resonating with this message and you're part of this collective, like, or maybe you're part of the corrupt fucking postal office. There's going to be so many post office workers going to prison for my mail fraud. Holy shit, that's going to be a good time. I'm actually almost most excited about that than the judges. Like, actually, because I'm like, these are fucking judges with 50-year careers and shit. I'm like, I feel bad for their fucking families. This is an embarrassment. This is why I haven't narked them out worse with more connections. Like, every time that anybody comes into my field, the shit that I can fucking uncover about people is insane. But I don't fucking do anything with it because I don't want to know. It's not my business. I want them to just leave me alone. But now the Divine's like, because the feds have been like investigating so many things, like, this has nothing to do with my even saying anything, which is why that's what the Divine says when they talk to me all the time. Like, she's not even doing anything. She's the least of your fucking concern. Actually. And that's true. I'm like, I don't care if this was all the fucking stupid mix of the cult witches and the Masons all fucking spurring this on. I don't give a fuck. It's gone way too far. And so far that, like, they fucked everybody that's in connection with them. And for what? Does anybody actually know? Because I just got gassed again. Actually. Like, these entitled fucking cunts. Like, actually. You guys, this is actually nuts. Is this the movie or is this fucking real life? It's a joke, actually, is what it is. It's a fucking joke. So, thank God the Divine just keeps bringing me back to life. I don't know if they thought that I didn't die a couple of times when they've gotten me. Oh, I died. They killed me. Remember the most fun part of what I told you guys? That I didn't even know that people actually worship the devil still. I thought that was a joke. I thought that was like the odd, weird person. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm that naive. Like, right up until my own spiritual, like, I had fucking no clue. So when the Divine said they were going to use me to make a bunch of devil worshippers believe in God, I was like, what? I was like, that sounds like the coolest weird thing ever, but I'm like, whatever. Like, do I have a choice? Probably not. You know? But then I'm like, here we are, and I've already covered so many things, and I'm like, holy shit, there is actually devil worshippers that, like, do this shit. I'm like, I mean, like, I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna go into that because, like, they surround me right now. Not that it matters, but, like, you know what I mean? And that's why the Divine's like, that's why they want me to just sit here now. Like, quite literally, they parade me around them to trigger their egos, to make them attack me more. I'm like, you guys are not nice with me. Like, the Divine's like, don't worry. Don't worry. It's all about to go down. And so I keep asking them, and I asked the CSIS too, I'm like, where are you putting all these fucking people? You gotta build the new prison? And they just said, don't worry about it. Both the Divine and the government. I'm like, I understand I'm a loudmouth, but I'm like, I've been the key to uncovering so many other things, because it's like they're coming at me, just like it made more eyes go on all these people. That's what I mean. Like, I'm literally still the most one in the dark about all the things. Even though I'm the most powerful psychic, I think, but, like, I still don't care, and I play by the true rules, which means I don't fucking step into third-party energy unless God tells me to, and I'm allowed and walked with them. Otherwise, I don't even fucking lean into other people's shit. If it comes to me by accident, I can't stop that sometimes, right? Like, sometimes no shit comes through. Like, my child and I were on the bus one day, and I could fucking hear his thoughts looking at two different girls. And I was just like, and I asked him for clarification on what he was thinking to see if I was right, and I was. And I was like, oh, okay. So, like, that's when I was like, it was the divine, like, really clarifying to me, like, oh, yeah, no, you are reading people's minds in real time, too, sometimes. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fun. That's really fun. Look at this. So, they always have those moments, like those little white vans. And so you guys will see, because, like, I have hours and hours of footage of them just rolling up. They don't get out of the vehicles. They don't ever do any errands. And they chill with me. And then I have somewhere I walk by and I actually feel my left arm. I told you the one that's more paramagnetic or whatever the hell's going on. It'll start to tingle because, and that's how I know. And then I'll be, like, walking right by that van and it'll be like, get all tight and stuff. Like when I used to think I was having heart attacks all the time. So, like, that's about as much proof as one can have without my being able to rip that fucking van open and be like, look, see? They have the thing! Which I still don't know exactly 100% what it is, because I'm just going off of psychic guidance on the part that of, like, the what. But we've got the hours of footage of people running around, of the sounds of it moving underneath my feet in hotels. We've got so much. It's nuts. Like, that's why I think that's why we're there now. Like, we have too much. We have too much. That's why I keep wondering why the feds haven't swooped in yet. I'm like, we've got to have too much now. Like, I have alone too much. You know what I mean? Like, with what I've shared and gotten. So, like, with the real people that know how to investigate stuff and have the access to all the things know, I'm excited to hopefully be privy to that once it's public. You know, like, because I ain't getting fucking shit now. Which I understand and respect, though, actually, because I can't stop telling things sometimes. I think part of it's the gassing. I don't know, but, like, it's funny, though, that I don't really say things. I say, like, really, I don't know. The divine's so great with how they do things. They censor me, but they talk shit at the same time. They're so on point. It's just crazy. That's why I'm so thankful to them. Well, that and for bringing me back from the dead and stuff from all these weirdos. But, like, hey, man, I was just floating around the world. I don't fucking do anything to anybody. Not nice. So yeah, a lot of you are waking up to the fact too that shit is real, and that's why your power, my beautiful white soldiers, is so needed and valuable at a time like this. One of us aligned with our consciousness is stronger than 1 million of them, mind to minds, and that's not a joke. Abraham Hicks says that, like, in a different way, but that's what it means. 1 fucking million of those zombies can all chant, kill, kill, kill. I say stay alive. God says stay alive. You stay alive. That's why you choose the good side. You have a lot of backing because the whole universe supports love and creation and growth and life. It's evident in nature. Duh, you know? The only destruction on this place was man-made. The only destruction in nature is for regeneration, like what we're about to go through here on Earth. But we're all doing all these polarity switching, and then that's what the divine said. I'm like, well, what do we do with all these people? And so they said, you know how we were switching magnetic poles and things? I'm like, yeah. They're like, we're flipping the consciousness of these humans. And I was like, what? Like, real fast. I don't still understand it all, but they're showing me, like, little bits and pieces of it. And I'm like, I like this because it seems much more effective than, like, the hundreds of years it would take to like, kill and breed out all these weird devil worshippers. I'm like, well, the divine plays the long game, but at the same time, I'm like, that's too long. This is too much, too fast. No more. And the divine's like, yeah, that's exactly why we're talking that through you, because we agree. This has got to stop. That's what I mean. Like, it's easy to look around if you see this beautiful earth and the beautiful systems and everything that we've tried to kind of do. There's nothing really even wrong with half of them. It's the fact that everybody's a corrupt, evil piece of shit. And there's no accountability or oversight. That's the problem. People are just allowed to just break all the rules, have their own unwritten rules, do whatever they want, and kill and torture anybody who threatens that livelihood. And so then everybody just keeps continuously losing and losing and losing things. And the divine says a lot of them, they have to be really built up first before they're allowed to lose those things, because that's their karma.
Like my ex-father-in-law. That motherfucker went nearly broke in his last 5 years he's been coming at me. And the divine says he's not going to die with any of that money. None. Not a penny. Which will be very soon. I keep getting bad grandpa is dying in my cards, and to me bad grandpa is Ken. So take it how it resonates to you guys. I also keep seeing, and I have some videos of them that I haven't posted too, heavy. I wish I had my karma cards, because I keep getting judge, fraud, perjury, prison, and then judge caught red-handed. So strongly, and that's not just for me, that's for you guys. So a lot of you that were resonating with like legal shit or like fraudulent judicial officials, unfortunately, corrupt ones. No matter what it, like I'm not sensing like low totem pole judges for almost any of you. Like these are like federally appointed judges, you know, vets, people that have like long-standing fucking reputations and careers that partic in things like this and fucked themselves because like they are among the top. They're not going to be able to get away with it because of like how big this whole thing is now. Like there's no escaping that. So I honestly feel like, to be honest, I think some of the smarter whistleblowers are going to somewhat be some of these judges who are going to out themselves to whoever the fuck, I don't even know, because the accountability, like I said, is nil, but whoever it is that's doing this investigation, because I don't know like particulars, I just know that they're federal police. That's about all I know. I didn't even know we had those. I thought like the CIA was all that there was. Actually, that's what I mean. Like I really knew nothing before all this started happening to me. I'm not gonna really lead on to them about how much I really do know, because I don't want them to be like even further threatened by me or whatever. I'm not exactly sure why they keep attacking me, but something. I guess it's the same thing that happened in my 3D life, is that once people realize I'm a real psychic, they don't want me around because they're all corrupted, lying pieces of trash. Like legit. My own best friends and everybody. Nobody wants around the girl that just accidentally knows that you're fucking cheating on your wife. Not that I would ever say it, which has been proven, but like, I could know it, and I would know it. People don't like that, so then they just try to hurt it. It's crazy. It's crazy. They don't see that, like, had we had like a co-creative, symbiotic relationship among us, they'd have, you know, very powerful light workers that would be able to help them in bigger ways. But God's like, fuck no. They choose our side first, and then, yeah, because that's just energetically how it goes. Balance and harmony in the universe, right? So it's quite, so weird what I'm living through. Even me, it's good to keep my vibes up though, even like in my hardest moments while I'm sitting there crying, like, seriously? Because they did warn me, because like my cards from last week, they're like, just be strong. And whenever they say just be strong on repeat, I know that I'm like, fuck. Like, what now, motherfucks? And they're like, just hold strong. And anytime, like, because, yeah, like, I got all these fucking cults and full moons, and, like, they don't realize that, like, I quite literally am the moon energy. So, like, it backfires, and it's not ever gonna, like, really do what they think it's gonna do to me. But, like, it does fuck with shit. Like, the whole collective of them manages to make me, like, they can make me lose typically, like, one thing. It's happened 2 times now where I've significantly, and I know, I was like, I have to asking the divine. The divine's like, well, it's part of our plan too. But yeah, they're like, when the magic hits really heavy and I'm not on, I guess, my game a little bit, and it comes through a little, it makes me lose something. I always find the thing. But like, last time I actually thought that they stole something that they didn't, because I was missing a hairbrush, and I was like, are they trying to fuck with my hair magic again? So I had to do magic just to make sure that anything they did with any of my biology now is going to so ricochet in a motherfucking hard way. Not causing pain still, but like, actually, I used to try to do that, and the divine was like, stop trying to take karma from people. And so now I am saying, well, just give them their full amount of due karma. I'm just making it fair. I'm like, not more, not less though. Not less though is what I'm constantly intending now. Their full reward of karma, but not less. I used to try to keep it from them because I don't want anybody suffering. I want everyone to just make a good choice, because that's how easy it is. Even all these motherfuckers right now, if they're part of this, they could choose right now to stop being a part of it. They could whistleblow. They could help themselves. They could do good. And then the divine would support them and then reward them towards that with encouragement and support. Like, when they get sick because of this shit, they would be healed. Or they would let me heal them.
The Divine made me read that passage in the Bible and flip to it live on camera like a couple weeks back about how if you walk into a town and they poison you, you leave amongst it as quickly as you came, let that place crash and burn, and you move to the next place until they treat you in kind. My two prophets, that's what it says in the Bible. And there was the Divine telling me, like, let these motherfucks do this then, because everybody is crashing and burning soon, and wherever you are that you're being treated kindly, you'll be able to heal those fucking people. You'll be able to help with the catastrophe, because a lot of you are realizing that you can fuck with the weather and shit. The more you connect with the earth, the stronger you connect with the elements. The more you connect with the divine, the stronger you connect with the higher dimensions, the more power and support you have. That's why when these fucks hit me, they channel magnetic energy from me from up there. I don't even fucking know how. Sometimes they like just blast it. They're like, don't worry, we got you. Like, I'm gonna cry right now, actually, because I never felt support like that ever in my life. It's crazy because, like, so many times, you guys, when they hit me, like, I actually have a moment where the fear actually comes. Like, and I'm not scared of absolutely anything anymore. Not death, not them, not nothing, you know? But, like, when your body actually feels like it might die, there's, like, that moment, like, holy shit. Like, I just have that, like, I'm like, oh, you guys, am I gonna actually have to die and you guys tricked me and didn't tell me that I'm dying for real? Like, for real, for real? And they're like, no, just hang strong. And I'm like, fuck, like, I think my heart's going, I'm gonna die. They're like, no, you're not. Shut your mind up and shut your mouth up and you're fine. And so it's been a little bit much. Like, even as I sit here right now, the back of my heart even, 11101 on the clock as I say that. Trust me when I say that mine's using this moment right now, too, as they always are. That's why this reading took a really big turn. Sorry about that. Hopefully you got your message in the beginning. But if not, you came here for the show. And I'm going to try and get some more of that to you guys. Like, it's all uploaded, of course, and I always make sure it's backed up. But just like two or three nights ago at the Waldorf in Hastings, I got fucking bad good proof of that guy fucking, whoever had the fucking machine thing right in the floor beneath me. And they don't have a floor of rooms beneath me, so it's gonna be pretty easy to get the proof from the camera footage on who that was, right? So easy. I put the phone down on the floor, and then I move around on the camera, and I keep it rolling for quite a while. And then I purposely, like, jump around for a bit, just so we can record it, and then you hear the thing, you can hear it on the camera. I've watched it back. Follow me around again, right underneath my fucking feet, trying to get very much like honed in, right? So much fucking evidence, guys. It's bonkers. And again, it's gonna be hard to say, well, she did what thing, she can't describe the thing and whatever, because I don't know what the damn thing 100% is, but between what I know and what the feds know, I think we got this in the bag. Because there's very few things that I don't know that can't piece the whole picture together. And I know for a fact those fucks have to have that. Because they have access to all the things that these people are stalking me with, right? And they think that they don't. I don't know why they think that. That's weird to me. The delusion, I guess, or the arrogance? I don't know. Probably both. But yeah. Just attempted murders day for like a year. I don't want like a fucking award for fucking this shit when this all goes down and the fucking government's apologizing to me and whatever for allowing this to happen here. I feel like I'm getting one though, like I keep seeing some weird thing, so I don't want that. I just want everybody to make the right choices. Being a good human is not even hard. And you literally change so many lives, and you don't even realize that until you start doing it more than, like, you know, just one time. Like, what I just lived through, not one person offered me any fucking assistance in this place. Not one. I wasn't, like, evidently being like, I'm stranded here, but, like, the people that work here, they do. She quite literally told me there was no private phone anywhere in this fucking hotel. We're at the fucking Delta Marriott in Burnaby at the Grand Villa Casino. They got meeting rooms. I walked right by one and I saw a phone on the desk. Like, not that that's not a clear lie, but like, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously it's probably the gang stalking stuff, but still, every single person. I don't believe it's everyone in this world is probably gang stalking. I know there's a lot. But like, I just don't believe that it's everyone in the world. Like, nobody here. Nobody. And then because then she offered to let me use the front desk phone. I said I had to stand there at the front desk with her while I'm calling, like, to like safe shelters and stuff. Everybody knowing exactly where I'm calling. No fucking privacy. Just making sure. No support or nothing. And still nobody was like, oh, you just need bus fare? Here's $2 or like something. And then again, like, I'm not just like expecting strangers to just give me their money. But like, I would. And I know, like, a lot of you people was like, if you had it, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't, you don't, or whatever. But like, if you see somebody hurting, I'm still hoping that for the most of you at least, it's your instinct, right? To offer assistance. That's why this world has got to change, because like, there are so many people, the majority, and not just the gang stalkers, they're just people that are just like this. I watch it happen all the time. Like, that's why now I literally watch it, because I'm like, hey, I can't take what's happening right now only to me as like my like observation statistics, right? Like, if I'm looking at this objectively and I'm trying to like quantify how bad this evil really is, I've got to look at how everybody's treating the rest of the people that aren't being gang stalked. And it's the same almost. It's like trash. It's fucking heartbreaking. I had a guy, actually, and this is what I know about the mind controls, like, fucking with people. I had a guy a couple days ago. I was the only person that offered me any assistance while I was walking around my full bags, trying to deal with the phone thing. I was going across the street, and it's like hard to get them like over like the ledges and stuff, right? That's like the most difficult part of it. And so he goes, hey, could I help you with that? And I was like, oh, well, I was kind of taken back that I got offered some assistance for one. And then I was like, oh, no, it's fine, though. I was like, I really do have this. I said, I know, it appears I am struggling. I said, but that'll just be for a couple of seconds, and then I'll be fine. And then he looks at me and he goes, he like has this blank slate look on his face. And then he says to me, I don't know why I just offered you help. I don't even know like how far you would be going. And he starts to break it down, and I loved what I was seeing happen in his mind. I said, keep pulling up that thread. I said, but also keep going to that first jump instinct to offer the assistance. I said, I of course wouldn't expect you. I said, I'm going real far. I said, and I would never expect you to even take it that far. I said, but if you are going across the street with me, I said, that sounds like we could do that thing. So he's like, yeah. And so he like walked the one across the street with me, and then he just walked off, and he's like, I could see his mind just turning and turning and turning. Like, what was I thinking there? And like, why did I offer help? And like, am I gonna be a good human? And I was just like, oh my goodness, like, this kid. He's a nice human, but he's like questioning why he would be offering assistance, you know? It was just like, it was a weird moment that we had there. But it was good, because I was like really grateful to him that he was like consciously aware that people need help sometimes and was willing to like offer them assistance, right? But it was just, I don't know, like, it was just like seeing his mind like totally just glaze over. So he's fighting it, you know, he was fighting whatever programming is telling him to not help people. It's weird. But alright, let's do a close to the psychic tarot now that we're gonna close this up, because like I do have to get going. I need to eat. I haven't eaten any real food today because I don't have any left, and I'm tired. So I'm gonna go to the place that they've probably been expecting me now, and it's all set up anyways. But I'm gonna sleep because, like, look, their mind's gonna be keeping me alive. They just don't like me to lay in one spot where they can hone in like they do when they follow me on the floor. That's why I want to share that. They want me to share that video now publicly, because that's why. And that's why anybody who I tell like might be going through this stuff, like, that's why you might be called to stay up. And it's going to sound like the most gross excuse ever to those of you that know that I relapsed a couple times. I said it on the channel over the last couple of years. I'm not taking blame off myself, but the divine is. And so, like, if you've been called maybe to do things like that, it's because like maybe you've had to stay awake and look out for yourself a little bit more. And it's hard to do that, helpless and hopeless, when you're sorry, I was just channeling something personal, but it's just hard to do that. Anyways, it came out in the reverse. That's the Eight of Swords in the reverse. It's like I'm realizing that like you're in a situation that you could free yourself of. Like, yeah, see, there's giving and receiving.
and finding balance. You need to offer assistance or like something to others. It's like you feel like you don't have anything to give is what they're saying, but like you do. And like maybe that's just time, maybe that's communication, maybe that's reciprocal energy of some kind. And it's not just money, like it, at all. It looks kind of like whatever, but it's bringing balance and harmony into whatever situation you know, and you'll know what it is, right? That you've been kind of, I guess, one-sided in, and maybe juggling. And that brings us right back to the beginning too. Like, should you? Yeah, here's the tower. Should you be honest? Should you share yourself? This is saying yes, do that. For sure. And it's happening whether you want to or not. Look at this rebuild, and that's the tower. It's coming in to shake up, and it's going to hurt, right? Your heart. And look, there's the hermit, or no, the hangman. Moment of introspection, but you can free yourself. And it's classic tarot, the hangman's hands are free. His feet are tied, he's upside down. But it's like he's hanging there, but he knows that, like, when he's done figuring shit out, he's going to free himself. I just cut to help us again, but okay, so let's clarify then, Spirit. What do you want me to tell these people? So challenging times came out in the reverse. Five of Pentacles. That's leaving that feeling left out in the cold energy behind. So it is like a rebuilding of a connection, I do feel like. So it could be a friend, lover, whatever, I think it resonates. But yes, because then we move into the Ace, strengthening wands. Oh, that's the Five of Wands. That was Five of Wands. Five of Wands. That's conflict. But it's in the reverse, right? Moving beyond that conflict into the Ace of Pentacles. A new beginning. A building. A rebuilding. Confirmation of all the energies we already kind of pulled through. Yeah, there's the root chakra again. Alright, any final messages? What's the guide? Any more further guidance? Because it's very much to allow yourself to take that moment, right? Yeah, look. Detach. That's justice. That's balance again. It's like an ending and a beginning too. It's kind of like death energy. It's like allowing yourself to go into that hermit world and allow yourself to get clear, because Two of Cups is here. That's a romantic partnership. That's a love. It could be a non-romantic partnership, but typically, and in this deck, of course, and I am just feeling it like psychically, like it is coming together. That's why the giving and receiving is here. And building on it. Like, this keeps taking out, like, I feel like there's a connection here, and it would be already, but you're moving see-through, so it's in reverse. That's healing. It's moving out of this sadness and isolation into the coming together. Dedicated effort. Make the effort. Working together. There's a lot of energy about, like, money here too, though, like, of doing something that, like, following your heart, leaving behind something that you know wasn't right for you. So really that we're being called towards, like, career changes and stuff. The energy is strongly here, but, like, I do feel like too, you're gonna be, I just have to show love, like, you'll be doing something maybe possibly with your love interest, like with your divine counterpart, which makes a lot of sense. Like, your guys' missions will be different, right? But they'll be, like, aligned in some way. Yeah, we've got the High Priestess here with Judgment and the Four of Pentacles. Let go of the comfort zone. The divine is here. They're not going to let you anyways. Follow your intuition, High Priestess. Follow your intuition. Big time. Because look, now there's the Hierophant. Teach in this energy. Because the student is going to become the teacher before you know it. Your divine purpose is here. You need to stop with this Two of Swords energy, refusing to see. And the death is here, whether you like it or not. There's a release. It's an ending and a beginning. Let it happen. Because right after that is the Ace of Wands. Or sorry, Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning in love. It's the beginning and propelling of your spiritual, like, initiation as well. And it's a quick flip and change. It's also travel, location, something new possibly. But it's making a conscious effort. And it's doing it now. Look, seeking the truth. And then the energy of building together, collaboration. Alright. Those are the only cards I brought. Ooh, and the Three of Swords just picked back out. So a lot of you are really fucking going through the grief. They want me to tell you, like, feel that, right? But you really need to allow this guidance and this introspection time
just allow that time, because you're going to be getting all this clarity, and love yourself through it, they're saying. Yeah, because look, there you are, the emperor. Whether you're masculine or feminine, lead, it says. So that's a powerful final card. Whether you feel ready, because I just sensed a whole lot of you, like, especially if you're in this grief moment right now of betrayal around you or whatever it is for you, right? You don't feel prepared to lead anybody right now, because you need to be held a little bit, no matter how you feel about that. And that's why the Divine's here to hold you, to teach you, to show you what you need to know. But they can only present you with the information, right? You need to take the step. You need to take that action. You need to follow the guidance. You need to learn the lessons. You need to integrate them. Because you're going to be called very soon to share that stuff, that knowledge, that guidance, that wisdom, everything that you've learned up until this point in your life. It's going to be a necessary requirement for this leadership role that the Divine has been shaping your life for. And I feel like you know that now. And you're seeing it in this destruction, this shedding of your old life and everybody in it. Everything that doesn't align, right? I pray to God that for some of you, it's not as fucking black and white as me, like everyone's got to go kind of thing, But for the majority, I feel like it has to be. And the Divine says, like, those that are meant to rise with you will rise in their own time. But trust me, like, you can't fucking do anybody's work for them. All you can do is try your best to go through your own lessons and learn and share what you're called to share as best as you can and feel guided to, and then you need to just let everything else happen. Leave it in God's hands, just like with yours. And that's that surrender, which, as mentioned in the beginning of this video, sometimes I neglect to even realize and admit to myself that I'm being forced into by God as well. When I think I'm just being a good little light soldier, I'm like, why are things so hard all of a sudden? And they're like, well, they need to be, for one, because this is your path. It's heavy and it's powerful and you have a big purpose. They're like, but we told you to do one thing before, and you wanted to do that thing, which was stay where my fucking person is and where my child is. But they were attacking me so heavy that I kept feeling called to try to protect myself, right? But then that's why I was here. I am just running around, fucking wasting time and money, doing nothing, and constantly being called back towards him, because we really do need to be close, because shit's about to go down. And so that's what I mentioned in the video that I was saying I made right before I left Kamloops. It was the most weird, fucking cool day that I ever had, and the cards just like literally threw themselves, and I'm like, okay, I guess you want me to read you. And then I got all 4 aces, like bang, 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 and I never had that. And then all of a sudden they're channeling these things to me, and they said that I got my kether, my crown in the spiritual, and they were giving me this crown on top of my head, and they're like, you just reached like a whole new level. They're like, you're like level 2 now, like human level 2. They're like, you've reached 10, but now you're like spiritual level 1. You're a brand new baby again. But now you're on a level that like 1 in 10 people in the world have accessed. And they're like, you need to hold it, because it's going to be really, really rough for the next little while. But you need to stay close. And I was like, what? This is confusing to me. And I was like, what am I waiting for? And that's when they said, you're going to need to wait. Remember I told you at the beginning of this video, wait? That's why they wanted me to actually share what was before. I was going to say that. I'm going to sound so crazy because we're so not in communication right now. It's like over. I'm like, I never thought it would ever be over. It's over right now. Like, what do you mean? Wait for him. But don't wait for him. And they're like, because he's going to go through his awakening now. But then he didn't, like, in the first, like, couple months, at least I wasn't seeing it. And I was like, you guys are lying. Like, I'm going to die. I was like, I have to leave. And I kept trying. And then these people just kept following me. That's what I mean. Like, they kept amping it up, and then, like, the Divine was just using them, too. The whole time. To grow me. As fast as fucking I could, and as strong as I fucking could, because now my twin's gonna get it, and he is getting it, and I can feel it. I feel like maybe he's gonna watch this, because I feel like a lot of the grief I've been feeling has been from him, and I don't know for a fact of what's going on in his life, because we're not talking at all, and I don't fucking pry. I don't ever. I have no fucking clue what's going on, actually. I just know what I feel from him, because we're so linked, right? And I know that there's pain inside my twin right now. And I know it's not just from losing me, although I wish that's all it was. I know that it's not. I mean, like, I know part of it is. But it's something else. And, like, all I want to do is be there for them. And, like, and quite literally, that's the guidance I'm getting. To go back close. Not right there in public, So that's why like I kept asking him for help before, and he made it very clear he wasn't going to help me. And so then now I'm like, okay, well I got to try and figure something out, because I'm like, yeah, I can't go too far. And every time I try, I know the divine, like I mentioned, actually strands me like this. Like I just spent all night in this fucking lobby and I haven't eaten or slept. But here I am ranting for an hour and a half, not hungry or tired all of a sudden. But yeah, now I have to go so far carrying these bags. Don't worry, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna be all right. Heal. Yeah, see the stars here. A miracle's gonna happen too for you. Miracle energy. It's like a lot of deep healing, but you need to step into it. You got to get away from your current environment. They say for those of you that are still just living your matrix life, things are gonna get harder. And I feel like for those of you that may be going through actual grief, like maybe you lost somebody, or maybe again like it's just like the losing of these people. It's a time where you might feel like you want to be closer to a lot of those people too, or like other people, like, and the divine saying like anybody who's like a crutch or anything, you're going to be called to not right now. You can't. For a lot of you, you will be called towards certain people. They're saying, like, I know for a fact, and I don't want to say this because, like, I know maybe he'll watch it, and I don't want to put pressure on that motherfucker. I'm mad at him. But I know for a fact that me and my twin are supposed to reconnect pretty damn quick. Like, and I'm not saying, like, we're supposed to elope or some shit, but, like, we're supposed to. I know it because we need to have words. We need to exchange energies again. I don't know, there's just things. But they say, like, actually, like, because, like, here I am going through it, and I was asking for help, but they're telling me, like, oh, it's hurting my heart to even just tune into it. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but, like, if you see this, you just fucking call me. Or don't. Ugh, I can't believe I just said that, but, like, just don't be silly. Especially if you're, like, going through shit. I guess that's that whole being vulnerable thing, if you resonated with that. Just call me. Okay? Thanks. Anyway. Yeah, no, they say my twin needs me more than I need him right now. They say. But I don't know. Because he's so cool, you know? Anyways, so yeah, if you're called towards things, maybe it's your person and they don't want you. And that feels like the stupidest choice. That was the one thing that I've been getting wrong this whole time. I wish I kind of knew. That's why I was like, well, they just keep yo-yoing me back towards my twin. But, like, it sounded so dumb. But they told me months ago, you have to wait. Now you're in, like, this divine waiting period. And I was like, I don't understand. Is it later on to just be attacked? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, seems like the stupidest choice. Which is exactly what my twin was judging me for. Like, look, take care of your damn self, you know? Like, I was like, I am. Like, I wasn't going to say, you know, like what I said now in this video, like, I did it for you because I love you so much. But, like, my friend, I love him so much, and it's my purpose. I don't know, from the get-go. My person is my purpose. We have purposes beyond each other, of course, and separate from each other. But our purposes are each other. If he's mine, I'm his. It's just the way that it is. In some regard. And I feel like he knows that, and is knowing that now. If he's resonating with this at all and watched this, then, yep, that's true. I'm trying not to be impatient, so I really am. Because I know that everything has to happen in everyone's own time, like even me. There's lots of things I didn't get for a really long time that I know I had moments where I really kicked myself, like, I could do better! Why didn't you guys help me see it clearer and all the things? And they're like, it's fine, like, you know, we all come to things in our own time, and that's okay. But if you're not trying at all, and you're in denial, that's why things are going to hurt until you will. And it's not to punish you again. Like, they want me to reiterate to some of you that, like, this, it feels like that though. And even to me sometimes I'm like, why are you guys doing this to me? What did I miss? You know, and it's not that they're doing it to you to punish you. They're doing it to you to help you. It's true, but you trust me when I say you don't feel it in the moment. You feel like, why are you two now torturing me? Everyone else is. Like, you're supposed to help me. They are. It's unfortunate that, you know, big energy needs big shakeups. So they're saying for some of you that are really in that were and are breaking out free now from that denial, that really stubborn, tough energy, unfortunately, that's why it needed a really big breakup or shakeup or whatever. Okay, well, I love you, beautiful souls. I thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of my public attempted murder today.
as well as the divine's message for you and your angels coming through for you. It was also a very much strong message that came through though as I was getting the angel cards, that like your angels want you to build a connection with them. However you feel called to. You don't have to call them angels, call them whatever the fuck you want, but like your ancestors, they want you to start trying to communicate more with them because they're communicating with you, right? And so the stronger you build that connection, the clearer that you will feel. The clearer that energy will come through, the more confident you'll feel with the discernment and all those things, right? Powerful tool that you have in your arsenal. Learn to use it. I love you so much. So much. Can I shut it off? No, I can't see shit.